Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome. In this video lecture, I will discuss the behavioristic theory of counseling. Let us try to understand what is the behavioristic theory of counseling. Behavioristic theory, also known as behaviorism, is a psychological and counseling approach that focuses on observable behaviors and the principles of learning. Rooted in the work of psychologists such as B.F. Skinner and John B. Watson, behaviorism posits that behaviors are learned responses to stimuli and can be modified through conditioning. In the context of counseling, behavioristic theories aim to understand and change maladaptive behaviors by employing techniques such as reinforcement, punishment, and modeling. Key principles of behavioristic theory. 1. Learning as the basis of behavior. Behaviorism asserts that all behavior, whether adaptive or maladaptive, is learned. It places a strong emphasis on environmental influences and experiences that shape an individual's actions. 2. Conditioning processes. Two primary forms of conditioning are essential to behaviorism. Operant conditioning involves strengthening or weakening behavior through positive or negative reinforcement and punishment. Classical conditioning. Associations are formed between stimuli and responses, leading to learned behaviors. 3. Learning as the basis of behavior. Behaviorism asserts that all behavior, whether adaptive or maladaptive, is learned. It places a strong emphasis on environmental influences and experiences that shape an individual's actions. 4. Conditioning processes. Two primary forms of conditioning are essential to behaviorism. Operant conditioning involves strengthening or weakening behavior through positive or negative reinforcement and punishment. Classical conditioning. Associations are formed between stimuli and responses, leading to learned behaviors. 5. Observable and measurable behaviors. Behaviorists focus on observable and measurable behaviors rather than internal mental processes. This emphasis allows for a scientific and objective approach to understanding and modifying behavior. 6. Reinforcement and punishment. Reinforcement involves strengthening a behavior by providing a positive consequence, while punishment weakens a behavior by introducing a negative consequence. Both processes are fundamental to behavioristic interventions. 7. Modeling. Individuals can learn new behaviors by observing and imitating others. Modeling plays a significant role in behavioristic approaches, as clients may acquire new, adaptive behaviors through the observation of positive role models. Techniques used in behavioristic counseling. 1. Behavior modification. Behavior modification is a therapeutic technique based on operant conditioning. Counselors use positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, and punishment to modify behavior. This approach is often employed to address specific behavioral issues such as phobias, addictions, or social anxiety. 2. Systematic desensitization. Systematic desensitization is a technique used to reduce anxiety or fear responses. Clients are gradually exposed to the feared stimuli while engaging in relaxation techniques. The goal is to replace anxiety with a relaxed response through gradual exposure. 3. Token economy. Token economy involves using tokens or points as a form of reinforcement for desired behaviors. Clients can exchange these tokens for rewards, providing positive reinforcement for positive behaviors. 4. Modeling and observational learning. Modeling involves demonstrating desired behaviors for the client to observe and imitate. This technique is effective in teaching new skills or behaviors by providing a role model for the client. 5. Biofeedback. Biofeedback is a technique that provides individuals with real-time information about physiological processes, such as heart rate or muscle tension. Clients learn to control these processes to achieve desired behavioral outcomes. Application of behavioristic theory in counseling. 1. Phobias and anxiety disorders. Behavioristic techniques like systematic desensitization are effective in treating phobias and anxiety disorders. Clients gradually confront and overcome their fears in a controlled and supportive environment. 2. Addiction treatment. Behaviorism is applied in addiction treatment to modify substance use behaviors. Reinforcement strategies may be used to encourage abstinence, and punishment may be applied to discourage substance abuse. 3. Behavioral parent training. Parents may receive behavioral training to modify their children's behavior. This involves reinforcing positive behaviors and applying appropriate consequences for undesirable behaviors. 4. Applied behavior analysis. ABA is widely used in addressing behavioral challenges in individuals with autism spectrum disorder. It involves breaking down complex behaviors into smaller components and using reinforcement strategies to teach and reinforce desired behaviors. 5. Behavioral interventions in schools. Behaviorism is often applied in educational settings to address behavioral issues in students. Teachers may use reinforcement and punishment techniques to promote positive behavior and discourage disruptive actions. Strengths and criticisms of behavioristic theory. Strengths. 1. Empirical support. Behaviorism is based on empirical research and scientific principles, making it well-grounded in observable and measurable phenomena. 2. Practical applications. The principles of behaviorism have been successfully applied in various fields, including counseling, education, and clinical psychology. 3. Focused and targeted. Behavioristic interventions are often specific, goal-oriented, and can bring about observable changes in behavior. Criticisms. 1. Limited emphasis on cognition. Behaviorism focuses primarily on observable behaviors and may neglect the role of internal cognitive processes, emotions, and subjective experiences. 2. Overemphasis on external factors. Critics argue that behaviorism may oversimplify human behavior by attributing it solely to external stimuli and reinforcement, neglecting the complexity of internal processes. 3. Ethical concerns. The use of punishment in behavioristic approaches raises ethical concerns, as punitive measures may have negative consequences and may not be conducive to long-term behavioral change. Thank you, everyone. If you're passionate about education and teacher training, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel Education and Teacher Education at Shokeen Bilal.